Hello students, welcome back to week 2 of your Beyond the Classroom Success Path. I'm very happy you are here. Today, we are going to take the final step toward organizing your digital world. We are almost there. Our session today is called Organize Your Digital World, Google Drive. We are going to apply many of the same organizational strategies we used in the previous 2 videos to get our Google Drive into shape, with the end goal of making all the many documents we create in the Google Suite super easy to find. If I had to guess, I'm sure that your Google Drive currently looks a lot like your browser bookmark bar and email inbox did earlier this week. It probably looks something like this. Lots of files listed, saved in no meaningful order. Some of these files may be relevant and important for your current classes, but others may not be needed any longer, or they might even go back several years. Chances are you probably use the suggested area in Google Drive to find your documents. This typically lists the most recently opened files. Although this approach can work for documents you've recently updated, this doesn't work if you need to quickly find a file that is more than a day or 2 old. Our goal today is to get your Google Drive under control and organized, just like we did with your bookmark bar and your email inbox earlier this week. Once you have your new organizational structure set up, you will never misplace or spend time searching for a file ever again. Let's get to it. Let's start by quickly orienting ourselves to Google Drive. On the left navigation pane, you will see an icon labeled My Drive. If it isn't already open, click on the arrow to expand this view so that you can see all the folders it contains. I don't have any folders created, which is why nothing appears. Next, you should see an icon labeled Shared with Me. These are all the documents that other students or your teachers have created, but have been shared with you to edit. Recent gives you another way to access the files you've most recently created or opened. Although once you've created your folder system, you won't need to worry about this file ever again. We'll talk more about the starred icon at the end of the video. And of course, the trash icon is where anything you have recently deleted is stored before it is deleted forever after 30 days. You can also choose the way you want your files to appear in Google Drive. The default is generally the grid layout, which you see here, which gives you a preview of the file contents. If you prefer a more compact view, you can click here to change it to list layout. Choose whichever option you like best. All right, the first thing we want to do is to create our folder structure. Let's start by creating folders for all the classes we currently have in our schedule. We want to make sure they are in the same sequence as our schedule, just like we did with our email folders. We also want to make sure we create a general folder for anything that is school-related but isn't related to a specific subject. Let's create that folder first. To create a new folder, hover your mouse over My Drive and right-click. Select New Folder. Let's name our folder 00 General. Be sure to include an underscore after your numbers and before the letters to make it easier to read. Then click Create. Great. Now let's create our math folder. Again, we hover over My Drive, click New Folder, type 01 underscore math, then click Create. If you want to get really creative, you can also add emoji icons to your folder names. To do this, go to emojipedia.com. Let's say I want to add an emoji of a school to my general folder. I search for school, click the icon I like, and then click Copy. Now I can go back to my general folder, right-click, choose Rename, and then hit Control-V where I want the emoji to appear. Note that I've pasted it after the number and underscore so that my emojis don't mess up the way my folders are ordered in my navigation pane. Click OK. I also want to color code my folders to match my paper folders and my email inbox. I'm going to leave the general folder dark gray, but I want to make my math folder blue. To do this, I right-click over my math folder, select Change Color, and then choose the blue that I like best. Easy enough. All right, now you can see that I've created folders for all of my subjects, including color coding and emojis just for fun. I've also created a folder labeled 06 Extras. Just like I did in my email, I also want to create a folder and subfolders for all my extracurricular activities in case there are documents I need to create or save. You can see that I've created subfolders for each of my activities. I've also created a folder labeled 88 Personal to archive any personal emails I receive that I want to keep. I've used the number 88 so that it appears at the end of the list. I've reserved the number 99 for another folder I will create shortly. For some subjects, you may want to create subfolders if you have different units or topics that you are studying. By storing your documents in these subfolders, it will make it even easier to find what you are looking for. Let's create subfolders for the various units we will be studying in science. To create a subfolder, simply right-click over the primary folder and select New Folder. My first unit in science this year is Geology on Mars, so I'm going to name this folder 01 Geology on Mars. And I'll click Create. You can now see that the folder that I just created appears here. Now you can see I've created subfolders for all of my science units, color coding them green to match the subject color. Do this for all the subjects where it makes sense for you to do so. As you begin new units in each of your subjects, add a subfolder as you go to store relevant documents immediately as you receive or create them. Okay, we have one more set of folders to create, and that is our archive. An archive is a collection of historical documents. Or, said another way, it's where you keep documents that you want to keep, but you don't really need to frequently reference any longer. We want to create a set of archive folders for all the work that may still be lingering in our Google Drive from past years of school. As you can see here, I've created a folder labeled 99 Archive. I use the number 99 so I know that this folder will always appear last in the list. Within this folder, I created subfolders for all the years of school I have Google Documents. I'm pretending that I'm in the 6th grade, so I've created an archive folder for grades 3 through 5. You can see that I've also created subfolders in each grade for all the subjects I studied, so I can easily reference any files that I might be interested in finding. It isn't necessary to create units in each subject for historical years unless you choose to do so. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to take all of the files that are currently saved in the generic My Drive folder in Google Drive and put it in its new organized home. It may take a little bit of time for you to do this depending on how many files you currently have in your Google Drive. Just remember, you will only have to do this once, as long as you keep your Google Drive organized going forward. Plus, it's going to save you so much time in the long run as you will no longer have to search for files, and this creates a super helpful system going forward. You will need to go through each file one by one and determine the year and subject where it belongs. For current year subjects, make sure you place the document in the proper subfolder if it applies. To make this process go by faster, open all the folders you have in your navigation pane. Keep them open so you can easily drag and drop files. To put a document in a folder, simply drag and drop the document into the correct folder. If you have multiple files that all need to go into the same folder, you can select the file, which you can tell it has been selected because it is highlighted blue. While pressing down the Control key, select the other files that you want to move. Once all the files you want to move are selected and highlighted in blue, simply drag and drop them into the appropriate folder. Proceed to do this until all the files that you want to keep have been filed away. If it is a file that you don't need or you think you will never reference it in the future, delete it. To delete a file, simply right-click and select Remove. There is no need to hang on to unnecessary digital waste that clutters up our files. Follow the same process for all the files that are in the Shared With Me icon that you want to be able to quickly and easily locate as well. It is absolutely not necessary to do this for all the files listed here, but I suggest doing so for any important files that you want to be able to locate in the future. Note that you will still see the document in the Shared With Me icon, and that only a shortcut to the document that is being pasted into the subject folder appears. This allows you to easily locate the document, but it will not interfere with the ability for both of you and your partner to be able to edit it. You can tell it's a shortcut based on the arrow over the icon as seen here. You may have noticed that there is a classroom folder in your Google Drive. If you open the classroom folder listed under My Drive, you will find a folder for every single class you have ever been registered for under your school account in Google Classroom. These folders contain all the documents that you have physically turned in on Google Drive. Note that if a document was simply shared with you, it will not appear here. Only turned in Google Classroom documents appear in these folders. You can tell if it's turned in if the owner column is blank. Since these folders are directly synced with your classroom folders in Google Classroom, do not change or manipulate these folders. If you move or rename them, they will no longer connect to your class page in Google Classroom. All right, I have one more tip to share with you. Remember how I pointed out the starred icon on the navigation pane at the beginning of this video? If you have a document that you are using frequently, but it is saved in a subfolder that requires many clicks to access, you can save time by starring that document for quick access. Navigate to the folder. Here, I'm going to navigate to the Google Slides that I created for science. Right-click over the document and select Add to Starred. You will now see that the document appears in the starred icon. This way, if you're working on this document frequently, all you have to do is click into the starred icon list to easily and quickly find your file. It is still saved, however, in its original home file. If you are finished working with the document and want to remove it from the starred list, simply right-click over the document and select Remove from Starred. All right, students, I think you know the drill by now. Now it's your turn to organize your Google Drive. This may take you a bit of time to complete depending on how many files are in your Google Drive, but your goal is to find a home for every document so that nothing appears in the general My Drive folder. Your goal is to complete 3 things. First, create your Google Drive folder structure for both your current subjects as well as an archive for past year's schoolwork. Make sure your folders are color-coded to align with your email labels and your paper folders. Second, find a folder home for each of the files that are saved in your My Drive folder. Prioritize organizing your current year files. And third, archive any files that you want to keep from past school years. Delete any you no longer need. Looking ahead, at the end of this school year, you will drag and drop all of the files from this year's subjects into an archive folder with this year's grade level. Before the start of the next school year, you will create a new set of current folders aligned with your updated class schedule. This way, you will always have a running archive of all the work that you have completed in school that is clean and organized. That wraps up this video. Great work on completing the Organizing Your Digital World series. In the next lesson, we'll talk about a strategy for making sure that all this hard work that you've put into organizing your analog and digital world sticks, and why regular decluttering is so beneficial. Until then, good luck organizing your Google Drive. I will see you next time.